Hello, my fellow Slayers. This is Malucha, and welcome back to Dauntless. The patch for 0.9.3 is already live, and that means Loadouts is in the game. But as every week, I kind of want to look it over together with you guys, see what they actually brought, and then afterwards, we're gonna actually look into the game and see what where it is and how it's used. So yeah, let's take a look at the patch. So for September, it's the 5th right now, so 0.9.3 loadouts and more. 0.9.3 arrives. This Thursday, September the 5th, we'll be delivering our latest patch to Dauntless. This update includes a long-awaited update to loadouts, a crisp rework of our crafting interface, and the introduction of an unusual exotic, the Twin Sun Repeaters. So we're getting new exotic. That's always a fun one. So for the love of loadouts, have you ever gone into a hunt with the wrong set of cells, brought a blaze grenade to a blaze patrol, run out of time to retransmog your armor, or completely forgot to plug in a mod? Then Slayer, this update is for you. Our new loadout slot systems lets you save and swap between up to 15 customizable loadouts, making it easier to quickly equip the gear and the hard-earned transmogs that you need for your hunts. Each slot saves your weapon, armor, cells, mods, transmogs, and more. Read more about the saved loadouts here. Basically, the previous patch 0.9.2, there was already a big explanation on how loadouts was gonna work. They are saying here that we're gonna get 15. That is kind of wrong. We're gonna get 4. Everybody that starts the game should start with 4 loadouts that they can save. And then as you progress through the quest line, I believe the last 2 quests that are in the game should actually give you... I'm not really sure, they talked about it last week, so if you really want to know which quests that are gonna give you those extra 2, you just have to look in the previous video, I guess. So you're gonna get a total of 6, but the 9 additionals you can buy for, I do believe it's 1,000 platinum. So for 1,000 platinum, you're gonna get 3 extra loadouts. So yeah, making it 15 in total. But I do have to say, this is basically not really correct. You can have 15, but the general player without spending any money will get 6. So yeah, making it easier to swap and read more or look in the previous video. Crafting gets clearer. Upgrade a piece of gear should be a challenge, but not because you can't figure out what you need. With this update, we spelled out the exact ingredients for each first time craft and the subsequent upgrade, as well as where to get them. You may also notice 2 highly requested additions to the gear list on the left, the item levels and the cell slot types. These new indicators should make it easier to get a quick read on your gear collection and choose what to craft next. So yeah, we can see the Rift Stalker, which they are currently have equipped for upgrade, is level 5, as we can see in here. Stalker Shrike plus 5. And then here we can see for the crafting, Stalker Shrike plus 6. It's gonna bring 420 power versus the Radiant, 340 power versus the other elements, and then 300 power versus the same element. So yeah, you always want to make sure that you get the element bonus out of there. It's a whole big difference in power versus slaying behemoths. The requirements are 220 rams, the common currency of the Shattered Isles. It requires 13 dull arkstones, a dense arcanite gem obtained from dire patrols and from the behemoths rated threat level 8 and 12. Requires 5 unstable nullhide, so a rare drop from slaying any Rift Stalker, and requires 6 rendering void glass, a common drop from the leg of any Rift Stalker. Currently equipped, Stalker Shrike 300 power for 300 power versus his own element, or 300 power basic. I'm not really sure. Here it says that it will have 420 versus Radiant, so it actually explains it properly, but then here it actually says it only has 300 power, so I'm not really sure where that comes from. Maybe it's the basic power it has, but yeah, the basic power it has should be the 340 and not the 300, because the 300 should be downgraded damage because it's versus the same element. So I'm not really sure why this is here. It kind of ignored the testing numbers. We don't actually have that many Arkstones. These are numbers to get jealous of. We've also gone a step further and updated the way that we've shown certain item status. Pieces of gear that are ready to upgrade now has a facing arrows behind it. So you can see the 3 arrows behind it, letting you know that you actually have or the level requirements to upgrade it or all the pieces to actually upgrade it. So yeah, this one is ready to upgrade, while an item that requires more materials on mastery will display a dark inactive background. So you can see the light background here and then the dark background here. I do believe if your mastery was not high enough, then there would actually be a signature here telling you which mastery you were missing. I cannot really see that right now here, so maybe they removed that from the game. Not ready to upgrade, as you can see. Finally, if you get your gear all the way to 15, you'll see it marked with a triumphant gold star. It will be popping out completely gold. I'm not really sure now if the star is there, but I do believe like my entire repeater is almost built out. So yeah, almost everything is yellow or gold looking for me. A perfect piece of gear. Exotic wares. You've matched stairs with the hunger. You felt the heat of molten edict. Now witness the power of the Twin Suns repeaters. Okay, a little picture. So the exotic repeaters, Twin Suns, adds a new exotic to your arsenal with the Twin Suns repeaters. The special explosive mag bombs cling to your target and detonate at your command. This purchase is for the complete weapon, not a skin. Twin Suns starts at level 1 and can be upgraded to level 15, and you can buy them for 1,000 steel marks. Our first ever set of exotic repeaters turns up the boom with a new kind of ammo, the mag bomb. These strategic explosives cling to a behemoth and can be detonated en masse for the huge burst of damage. Load them up, pull the trigger, and watch the damage numbers pile up. Arms dealer, farming for exotic blueprints isn't every slayer's cup of tea, so we decided to try something different with the Twin Sun repeaters. Starting with our update 0.9.3, you'll be able to acquire this new exotic from Lady Luck's shop, the Lucky Break. Like other crafted weapons, they start at level 1 and you can be upgraded all the way to level 15. Also, like other weapons, upgrades will be limited by the materials you currently have access to. Translation: the Twin Suns are not a magic bullet, even though in a way they fire magic bullets. Slayers can pick up the Twin Suns exotic repeaters for 1,000 steel marks. And then additionally, where is Zai? Admiral Janek Zai, the Ostian gunsmith, has finally set up a formal forge. Look for him in the Smithies Square across Moira and Wills. That's about freaking time. There's still some NPCs that still don't actually have a proper store for them. So yeah, they have a whole city and they're not even using like I think now we can say they're using like 50% of the city. So yeah, those were the patch notes for 0.9.3 loadouts and more. So let's take a look into the game itself. So let's take a quick peek and find out how this loadout system actually works. So loadouts, this is the loadout I'm currently using. So slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4. And then we have a locked slot. When the quest City on the Verge is complete, I don't have any quests anymore. So yeah, the first bug is found. And apparently with the first bug, when we go into... Oh yeah, right. We picked slot 4. So yeah, locked slot. Slot unlocks when the quest City on the Verge is complete. And then slot unlocks at Slayer level 45. So yeah, one at the Slayer level. I thought it was 2 quests, but apparently it's at the Slayer level 45. And then one at a City on the Verge complete. I should have completed all the quests, so I basically should have this one unlocked. And then Slayer 45. So as I said, you can basically get 6 free ones, and then if you want additional ones, oh, they changed the amount of currency you're gonna need. So you can buy for 500 platinum, you can buy 3 extra slots, buying up to 9 extra additional ones, making you have a total of 15 actual slots. So let's take slot 1. So there is actually no copy loadouts. So we can copy the loadouts and then go to slot 2 and override it. And now I can actually go to... So if I wanted to, let's see, what is my damage setup that I'm trying to play with the couple past days, but I'm not really that good at it yet. So we want to go for Why is it still showing me the Boreal's Resolve? So yeah, loadouts, as expected, guys, it's coming with a couple bugs. As you do change it, so if we go back, we have Boreal's Resolve, but if we go back to here, it doesn't say that we have the mantle equipped. So if we... Can we save this one? Oh, and now it does work. Okay, so that's a weird one. So yeah, if you go to slot 2 and you click it and it still gives you the option of the armor in your first slot, just go back to 1, go back to 2, and then it should be fixed and it should be in here. So basically, what are we missing? We're missing conduits. So let's bring conduit in here. And then I think we're missing engineering as well, because I bought the extra engineering cell, basically bringing my loadouts to agility, berserker, conduit, engineering, predator, and evasive. It's basically a kind of semi-speed damage build that I'm kind of testing out recently, and especially the 6 engineer, the 150% increased pylon range. Holy hell, it is a big range. I'm sorry that I could not bring any videos out for that one. I kind of wanted to, but my neighbors kind of decided that they wanted to break down. As we can see, my boots did not change yet, the look of it. So it actually copied. That's a strange one, because I don't have this one transmogged at all, but it does take over the transmog from my first, because the Brielle March I did transmog, I think. No. Yeah, I did transmog the Brielle. Did I or didn't I? Yeah, I did transmog them. So the transmog gets set over to the second slot. Not really happy, because I wanted the Strider of Thorns, the original look. Let's see if we can fix this. Come on, click the transmog. So yeah, if you click here, original, yeah, it doesn't. Do I need to? Yeah, this is what I love. This is basically testing out everything. And then other boots. And then press apply. So cheesy way if you wanna set up. Well, basically, if you do it this way, you can basically transmog for free. I do believe this is gonna be fixed really, really fast. But yeah, just swap your loadouts, and in your loadouts, even though you didn't use any transmog orbs, I do believe they're called, you can still transmog them. I think through this way. So yeah, saved loadouts, guys. Really nice function to the game. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. Let's take a look at the crafting menu. As you can see now, my boots did change. So if you do want to get the look, you need to go into the transmog set and then actually go there. So here we go now. And we have a lot of weapons that we can upgrade. Basically, I'm not working at any weapons because I'm mostly playing repeaters anyway. So Raging Blade, Rage Hunters, 6 Agility 3, and Evasive Fury. I'm not really sure why it's showing me the. Give me a second. Gnasher. Yeah, it's kind of strange that it's giving me 6 Rage Hunter, 3 Agility, and 3 Evasive Fury. And then the 2 cell slots required for the upgrade. 600 Rams, the Common Currency of the Shattered Isles, and requires 20 Peerless Arkstone. And then here we can see it has power 510 versus every element in the game. And here it shows currently equipped the Ostian Repeaters. Power is 545. And I'm using the new element there because it was in this week. And as you can see, the recruit weapon completely upgraded. So you get the yellow marker here and the star. A really nice system. The hunger, what do we need for the hunger? Nightmare shards, epic drop from slaying and a shroud used to craft shroud gear. And then 8 shroud feathers, 3 dark beak fragments, 3 dark fail tethers, 6 etheric claws, 3 elemental skull gems. So it does give you the ones that you actually have, and it gives you the ones that you actually don't have. So it doesn't actually check which ones you have, but the they actually put on names below it and gave a while ago they gave them new items, but I don't believe the names were like this. This gives a really good overview on what you're crafting and what you actually have and how much pieces you have. This is way more clear than it used to be. So yeah, I can only say really nice addition to the game. And here we go, Yannick Sai. He's got his own shop now. I do really wonder when we still have one NPC, I do believe. Dr. Periani is more of a quest giver. But yeah, we still have Mr. Middleman here, and he's basically standing in the middle of nowhere, so I expect him to get a shop as well. But yeah, Zai got a new location. We still cannot go. What the? It's finally here, guys. It's finally here. We can go into the bar. Can we sit at the table? Can we sit at the... Give me a sec. Oh my god, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. And, well, we cannot talk to Teresa yet, but we can actually go into the bar. This is like such a small detail to the game, but it brings a lot more perspective to the city, right? Being able to get into the shop. So I'm actually pretty excited that I kind of tested that out. Let's quickly check our gear. We shouldn't be able to upgrade anything. As you can see here, it requires Behemoth Mastery 40. It's plus 13 for everything that I have. The icons did change here as well. You can see the slots, the cell slots that it actually has. As I said before, this is a really good update for the crafting menus. It gives a really good visual on what it can be upgraded, what's needed to be upgraded, and what power it actually has. So yeah, I'm really excited for that one. But then we're gonna talk about a little more controversial. I've been watching Twitter while I was working because I didn't really have that much to do at work. I was busy enough, but Mender Cell reduces healing from Slayer Flask. Using Flask restores other Slayer's health. Holy hell! Sprinter Cell reduces max stamina but increases movement speed and reduces sprint cost. What the hell are these cells? Discipline Cell prevents you from having over half health, increases critical strike chance. So this one together with Iceborne is actually perfect. Iceborne will only heal you to 50%. And this one will keep you, prevents you from having over half health, so more as 50% of your health. So this is actually pretty nice. The Berserker we know, the Strategist we know, shield to all Slayers for dodging, and the Engineer one we know as well. But the Discipline Cell, the Sprinter Cell, and Mender Cell, really nice additional cell slots. And yeah, we didn't have an attack power, mobility or... yeah, we did have one utility cell, technique, power, yeah, mobility. So we do have 2 utility cells right now. And then the real Splitter Canteen we know, Furious Axe we know, Momentum Blades, Demolition Sights. While empowered, deal 50% damage to objectives created by the Executive Spearhead, Momentum Pommel, Whistling Blade, Relentless Onslaught, Insatiable Dance, Avenging Overdrive, Iron-Headed Lambrake. As you can see, there's a lot. Broad-sided Lantern, and then exotic weapons, the Twin Suns. So they're actually here, and this brings a little bit of controversy to the actual game. I think I speak honestly when I say that almost, I would call it 80% of the player base really doesn't like that it's in here. There's a whole lot of people that have trouble actually getting the 3-minute kill or even the 5-minute, or there are even people that cannot get the 30-minute kill. For those players, it would mean, well, for instance, for the players who cannot get the 30-minute kill because it's too hard, or they don't have enough time to play, and maybe with the groups they go, it just doesn't work. Those players will do weeks and months before they actually get 1,000 credits. For players who can do it in 5 minutes, they're gonna get 200. That's gonna be 5 weeks before they actually are able to buy it. And for the people who can do it under 3 minutes, the regular one, I should be able to get under 3 minutes every week, solo or with a group. I have a couple friends that actually run with now steadily every week, and well, yeah, we basically get there pretty fast. A few attempts and then basically we got it. So for me, it's gonna be 4 weeks. It's gonna be 4 trials, and then I have 1,200 and I can buy it. But there's a whole lot of player base that, yeah, when they read it on Twitter, they basically blew up. They were really not happy. They want it back on regular patrols and on Heroic Patrol Plus, where it drops on random. And somebody is... What the hell? Oh, it was...
I've been from one end of the
It was the missus who was standing away. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. They did say that this was a test, putting it in here, so it can always... That's something they always said from the start, like, everything we implement is always open for change. So, I do believe if 80% of the player base is not happy with it, this might change, actually, for the players that can actually get the 3-minute kills. Yeah, if you have saved up enough, you can already buy it. I'm at 200 right now because I spent everything to get the Berserker cell and the engineering cell. Cells, I guess we'll say it because it's plural. And I actually haven't done the trials this week yet. I basically didn't have the time to do it. A lot of busy time at work. Overall, I would say a really nice update. The loadouts is incredible. It's really gonna be so much easier going into a behemoth's run and say, okay, this behemoth's really easy. I'm gonna use a hammer for it. Bam! You equip your entire hammer set. This behemoth's a little tougher. I want to use the repeater so I can keep my distance a little more. Bam! You just equip your repeater set. Like, this is an incredible update for that. For the new build mechanics, the new crafting mechanics, it's awesome. It looks amazing. It really is visually and understandable where you're gonna need and what you're gonna need to do to get which pieces. And then, yeah, the repeaters that came into the game, yeah, I'm only repeating myself, but yeah, the player base wasn't really happy with that one. So I'm not really sure if it's gonna stay like that or if it's gonna change. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna play further. I'm gonna probably do my dailies. I think I need to do a couple patrols left. Let's see, map, patrol. Yeah, I have 4 remaining, so I definitely need to do them. And then I have to work on my loadouts, getting a hammer build, sword build, chain build, like every build for every weapon. So I only need to switch between the builds when I want to. And yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. It's more of a longer episode this week again, but there was a lot to talk about. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And you thought it was over. You really think it was over? Dauntless went to PAX. And at PAX, they gave a Nintendo Switch release for this year, in 2019. And in the video of the Twitch release 2 weeks ago, we talked about the new weapon that was coming, the 7th weapon that was coming to the game. And in the Nintendo Switch release video, they actually showed off the weapons. So how can I not show you guys? How can we not together look into the new weapons? And let me give my perspective. As I said before, this is more of a longer video, but there's so much to talk about today. So yeah, let's take a look at the Nintendo Switch release video. And let's take a look at what they're gonna bring next into Dauntless. So yeah, Twitter, Dauntless, play Dauntless 22 hours ago. Get ready to punch a behemoth. The Aether Strikers are coming to Dauntless. So let's blow up the video. I'm first gonna go over the video, just gonna show it because there's commentary behind it. So I'm gonna put up the volume a little bit, and then in the next one I'll freeze them so we can get a really better look at the stuff they're gonna bring in.
Battle for survival at the edge of a savage frontier in the online free-to-play action RPG Dauntless. Whether you're a veteran looking to take your Slayer on the go, or a rookie ready to forge your legacy, you'll hone your skills, craft and customize hundreds of gear options, and team up with other Slayers to take down boss-sized behemoths. As you can see, the folks at Phoenix Labs are adding loads of new content in anticipation of the game's launch on Nintendo Switch, and there's plenty more on the horizon.
Okay, so that was the full video. Now let's put it down a little bit more so I can actually give my commentary behind it. So let's play it a little bit slow and let's pause it.
Battle for survival at the edge of a savage frontier in the...
So coming soon, Tempest-born Stormclaw. So Stormclaw is getting an Heroic Plus version. It was to be expected, but look at that jump. Like, look at the jump. Look at how high he jumps. I do believe it's even higher than Winterhorn's Graph. This is an insane jump. So Tempest-born Stormclaw, something to look forward to.
Online free-to-play action RPG Dauntless. Whether you're a veteran looking to take your...
Coming soon, the Sacred Master. I'm not really sure what they mean with Sacred Master. I haven't heard anything about it yet. And I have no idea what they mean with it, but yeah, I think you can hear it in my voice. I'm getting excited.
Your Slayer on the go, or rookie ready to forge your legacy.
And here we are, man. The Etheric Striker and the Evolving Armor. So Evolving Armor, not really sure what they are meaning with that. Maybe it's the armor that you can actually upgrade, so it's evolving to a higher tiered armor. That would make sense. But yeah, the Aether Strikers. We're getting fist weapons. They look like giant bear claws.
You'll hone your skill.
Let's pull it a little back. So yeah, giant bear claws, guys. It really looks good. I do believe I kind of hope that there's smaller versions as well, because I find them a little bit too big actually for the player. If you look at the size of it, it's like the upper body of a player. So I do hope that other behemoths might give other versions of it, other looking versions of it, and that there's a smaller version in there as well, because that's probably the one that I'm gonna use if it looks good to transmog in. But yeah, Aether Strikers.
Customize hundreds of gear options and team up with other slayers to take down boss-sized behemoths. As you can see,
look at that. So Stormclaw actually shot his lightning bolt, and he actually punched the lightning bolt back to Stormclaw. This is really amazing. And then as a finisher, he actually makes a jump attack and slams into the ground. Holy hell. Aether Strikers, guys, is the new 7th weapon coming to Dauntless. There we go. This is really gonna be the end of the video, guys. There was a whole lot of information. Sorry for the guys who hooked off because it's a really long video, and thank you for the guys that stuck to the end to actually watch the new 7th weapon coming into the game. I'm going to close it off here with a big smile on my face, excited for what's to come next. And well, yeah, free transmogs if you want it. I'm not really sure if they stick, but they will stick in the loadout section for now. They're probably gonna fix that later on. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.